But right now we're in the game. I believe the overlay's off. Just going to check because I don't want to make that mistake. And Benoit, do you want to take us away?
Yeah, sure, I will. In the left position here on Antigua Shipyard, in green colors, we have the master level Terran player Owl looking to make his big break. And good luck to him, best of luck, because he is up against one hell of a player.
Yep, in the top right hand corner we do have our pink Protoss player, Mcon Darko. And he's chrono boosting them probes out because his pylon's finished. And he's going to get into this PVT, but look at this already. Owl going for that gas. And I like it. You know, it's been more common to see the gas cores coming out.
Oh, and is he actually going to... Yes, he's going to block the ramp. I love this play. Whenever you do this as a Terran, you make the Protoss player extremely uncertain as to what is coming, and you may force a response out of the Protoss that, you know, change his build slightly, make several precautions to what might be coming his way, because there is a multitude of attacks timings available to the turns if they open up with gas, and you know the Protoss just does not know if you took the gas or not.
Yep, it's always really annoying. You know, all Protoss say, you know, that's like one of the worst things to play against, when you don't know if the Terran's going gas or not. And in this situation, Darko just won't know. He's going to see that SCV coming down to the low ground, so he might just expect this expansion here, but if that was a fake barrel, then it's going to be a very nice fake, because we're about to see the factory going up. And yeah, indeed, he's pulling that SCV right back, so that could have been a really nice play from Owl there, who is in his opponent's base getting the information he needs. He's seeing that this is probably going to be a one-gate expand. And he also sees that third pylon going up too, so it's not going to be a 4-gate, so most likely just an expansion play, as we see a Stalker being chrono boosted out, and that SCV is going to have to run away for a little bit.
Yes, it will. The Zealot is on it. It is generally moving in the direction that the SCV was last seen, but now here comes the SCV juke. The SCV will just go ahead and hide or run around the center and go ahead and return home now with that scouting Stalker, because I expect Darko will be doing a poke because he needs that scouting information, and he's not gonna see pretty much anything. It's the same number of Marines you would ordinarily have if you would be expanding, and that Zod and that Stalker, I do not believe they are going to get as far as the natural. But oh, what is this? The Marines are pulling back for some.
Yeah, it's a bit dodgy. I think it needs pretty good control to take down a Zealot and the Stalker with 4 Marines. So Darko now going to see no expansion, as his own expansion is on the way up. And you know, at the same time, Owl's coming back and he's going to check for that expansion. So that's what you always want to try and do at least. With that initial SCV, get back in, check for an expansion, check you're not being all in. And that's exactly what I was going to be able to do. We see Darko, he's going for that robotics facility very quickly because he wants to know what his opponent's doing. He needs that information. He's blind right now, he knows nothing that's going on. He's getting his second and third gateway up, and it's going to be about how fast them gateways do come up, because Owl is going to have a medevac in just a few minutes. He's going to have 3 Hellions. It's all going to be about how easily these Hellions can get shut down. So the medevac pops right now, the 3rd Hellion about to come, and when the Hellion pops out, he might even lift up the Marines here. Wow, yes he will.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be a double-pronged attack, a Marine drop into the main and a Hellion run by into the natural. Now, depending on how many probes there will be to kill in the natural, you know, we will see how much damage Owl will be able to do with this, and just saying that he pretty much has to do damage, because if he fails to do damage, then in about 5 to 8 more minutes he's going to be dead. So,
but you know, Darko, he's pretty much prepared for this. He's already got an observer on the way. I believe that's his first. No, that's his second observer. He's already got the 3 warp gates up as well, so he's getting a lot of warp-ins, and he's got nice defense at the front. Hellions won't be able to do too much here, and the Marines are about to now drop into the back. And there go the Marines. Is there going to be enough in the back to defend? The Hellions going to run by these units at the front, and they do stop for just a second, but that might have been a mistake, and the Hellions are now going to start dying. In the main base, though, the Marines are doing a pretty decent job, but I just don't think it's enough at all. And these Stalkers are just going to be able to take out their Marines, no problem at all. They're going to get a few probe kills with Valorant. I don't think this is the damage that we need to see.
No, this is definitely not the damage that Owl was looking for. Those Marines all but taken out. Sure, they are healed by the medevac, but that will not last long. He's even abandoning the Marines. Does not want to lose that medevac no matter what. The harass has been defended. After all is said and done, only 4 probe kills.
Yeah, and you know, that's just a little bit sucky, man. Like,
This
is such a huge investment. He's got an expansion up behind this, but look at the income. 35 probes. Well, actually, that's not so bad. I mean, Darko wasn't overly greedy, which is why he was able to defend it with such ease. And so, Owl kind of comes out of this in an okay-ish position, but still not the best. I mean, 10 Rakers behind's not as many as you might think, but... I thought he would have been further behind.
Yeah, I thought as well, but as you pointed out quite rightly, Darko did not put that chrono boost into those probes quite nearly as much. He's a little bit supply blocked right now, but that's okay. So yeah, he had more units than ordinarily you would have as a Protoss if you would be playing passive. And you know, 40 probes versus 28 SCVs with that double nexus producing those probes, a couple of chrono boosts on those nexus actually make a whole lot of difference. I wouldn't be surprised if after, for example, laying down there it already is at the natural robotics bay, Darko would just go ahead and take a 3rd base because, hell, why not? I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a pretty good position. I mean, he held off, he didn't take much damage at all. He's got a lot of units as well, so you can definitely afford to think about taking a 3rd base just because he's obviously got a lot to play with. This little aggression from Owl, it's not that scary, quite frankly, because it's about a medevac's worth of units. And just look at what Darko's got. I mean, if we look at the army tab, we can see Darko is 42 army supply to the 25 of Owl. And I mean, usually at this stage of the game, it's the Terran player we see who's ahead in army supply, about to put on the pressure. So the kind of consequences of not kind of doing enough damage with that attack is now starting to really show, even though it didn't show initially. So, and with the Colossi coming up, I think Darko could very possibly just throw down a lot more gateways and maybe just go for some kind of heavy attack. But the drop gets taken out immediately by them Stalkers.
Nice positioning there on the Stalkers, taking out everything, losing only 1 Stalker in the process. Very, very nice defense we see from Darko. Rooks are being attacked by a small token infantry force. More gateways going down because we already do have thermal lens on the way and the first Colossi. I just hope it will not get blocked. No, I don't think so. It has a way to get out. And yeah, Darko is just pulling massively ahead, being on 108 supply versus 72. 50 probes to 41 SCVs, which means in the econ game it is quite even. And yeah, I think he will just wait, also getting the Forge for the +1 attack. He will just wait for a little bit and get his 3rd base momentarily and transition into Charge Lot Archon HTs in a moment.
Yeah, I think one of the good things for Owl is he has got the upgrade lead for once. He's got his army on the way down just now, so he's actually for once going to have an upgrade lead in a TVP, which isn't very common. But again, the problem is he doesn't have a 3rd base on the way. He's just added more racks, and your 3rd base is coming down for the Protoss. And again, usually you see the Terran player is the person who takes the 3rd base more quickly. He takes the 3rd base faster, he gets the better economy, and so he can play with less heavy tech units and trade more for more of the game because of the better economy. But in this game, Darko's going to get his 3rd earlier than Terran, and that always spells bad for the Terran.
We have a huge drop attempt moving along the bottom side of the map. 3 full medevacs of units. The Stalkers are no longer in the main because apparently Darko thinks that, hey, nothing's coming my way, but the Observer is directly in the path of those medevacs. But Darko's army is moving out. He can be caught off guard. He can be caught out of position here. The Observer right now sees the medevacs. Will Darko react in time? He's pulling back some Stalkers while the army is occupying the center, but the Stalkers will not be up in time. Blink is not even queued up. We have the charge in production. 1 Colossi and a whole bunch of Stalkers are coming into defense, but this Nexus will be sniped before they get there. That's huge for Owl.
Yeah, and Owl coming in, he's going to get that Colossi too. He's going to be able to trade with these Stalkers as well. That army is still not coming back. The Colossi are here. The Colossi could actually die here. They're out of position, and Darko, oh my god, the 3rd Colossi goes down as well, and Owl finds a way back into this game. Wow, what
he does. That
attack.
Was, wow, that was what a brilliant strike.
Like, that was so risky.
Yeah.
But that was so
Worth
it.
it?
Like,
Yeah.
he got a Nexus, he got 3 Colossi, and that kind of means now that, well, you know, Darko can make a few Templar, but he can't make as many as he wants because he's going to have to rebuild that Colossi number, I feel. Or if he did make a Templar, well, if he didn't make Colossi, he could just make pure Templar, but it's hard to say, of course. It depends how many Vikings your opponent has as to how effective it'll be, and there's only 4 Vikings out for Darko, for Owl even, so you never know. Darko still has a pretty big army, so Owl needs to be careful. He is 1-1 against 1-0, and that's allowing him to step here, and wow.
Those Zealots, though, do not have that high of a survivability because they do not have +1 armor yet, or did not have in that engagement, but that armor will have finished now.
Yeah, so 1-1 finishing is pretty huge here, and the Marauder Marine Force is going to continue to step away. Owl going to have to be a little bit careful because, you know, his army's running a little bit low on health. He doesn't have that many medevacs, but we do see a couple of Marauders coming to drop down here, and they're actually going to be able to take out a couple of Stalkers at the natural, and maybe do a little bit more harassment as well.
Yeah, he's pulling his opponent apart every which way. Look at the micro with the medevac. He's trying to... Oh, he should snipe that Stalker. Oh, too late. The medevac goes down. But look at the reinforcements coming from the center. He's pressuring the third again. Darko has to hold on to that expansion because that is all he has. The game is still pretty even. Too close to call. Owl did finish his third command center, but his infantry army is kind of... Oh, well, the Zealots are all dead. He has the upper hand.
That Immortal in the back is kind of holding this army together right now after that Colossi went down. 3 more Templar coming in, and this is what I'm worried about for Owl. Where's the Templar Archives? Does he have Storm? Yes, he does have Storm. So Storm's up, there's no Ghosts, and again, 1 Storm can very easily turn this around. There's a lot of Vikings out now, 4 Vikings, there's 1 Colossi still. So, you know, them Vikings aren't wasted, but again, Owl going for this very similar play as to what we saw before, a bit of deja vu, and he's going to fly right between the observers.
And again, Darko out of position with his army. His army is really small, 48 supply only to 77. Owl is playing this as every Terran should, especially on this map, just abusing the drop capabilities and opportunities this map gives you, and he's just microing so well. Look at these.
The rover facility goes down in the main base. He's going to be able to get out of there. The feedbacks might go down. Storm's not going down in that army, but the third base is very possibly going to fall for Darko as units from the Owl's main has been used to reinforce up there. Owl losing a fair amount of army, but taking down the economy of Darko once again.
Wow, very nice move. Just doing a huge drop into the main, forcing the army forcing Darko to pull all of his army to defend because you do not want to lose all your tech and all your gateways you have there, and then using that time to snipe the third with just a token amount of units. Very nice play there by Owl. He is getting the fourth base up right now. His upgrades, he has +3 on the way. Darko pulling the shorter end of the stick, more harass going down in his main base, which he has to defend. And wow, he's slowly but surely falling behind in this match.
Yeah,
and third might go down for the second time.
Yeah, the army is about out of position again. Where are the Storms is the question. 1 Templar gets target fired down. There is other Templars, but they're being left behind. They didn't get brought up the ramp. And the Templars are just sitting there, pretty much useless. This army doesn't have medevacs anymore. But 2-2 against 2-1 is kind of making the difference here still for the Terran player, who's ready to go again with a drop in the main. And Darko just can't catch a break here.
No, he can't. Owl is doing a very good job, constantly attacking, constantly harassing. This is what I love seeing Terran players do. Whenever Terran players complain that Protoss is imba and that it's very, very hard to defeat them, just look at this guy. Being behind from the start, wow, nice dodge there of the Storm. Whew.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And straight away, going to try and get back into the natural and try and do some more damage. Stalker being warped in to try and deal with that. I think the Stalkers will finally take out this job. But again, look at this army for Owl. It's even got Templars there now. As not Templars, it's even got Ghosts in the composition now, albeit just 1. I think, yeah, just 1. He's actually left some, he's left some at home. But again, that's just going to give him more offensive capability because now he can actually take on the army of Darko, and that means he doesn't have to keep running around the place. He can just go straight up forward. 1 Storm bait.
Nice Storm.
Yeah, it was a great Storm, but can he really afford to get stormed from such few units right now? Because I think his army's pretty weak. It's going to come down to the EMPs as Owl just ready to secure a 4th base.
Yeah, I think Owl is just waiting for the 3-3 to finish. Then he's going to quickly max out. He's got the center base taken. It's morphing into a planetary right now. So he's going to camp the center, use the planetary to fight around. There's a lot of space at the center of the map, so it's very difficult to use force fields effectively. You need a lot of chargelets and very good space management to pull those fights off as Protoss. And look at that spread on Owl's army. He's spreading his army very well.
Finally, nearly getting shut down, but it's still not quite enough. And Owl will drop a lot of units in here. And guess what? At the 3rd base, nice storm goes down, but is it going to be enough to save the 3rd base? The army's coming back.
Oh, the Nexus!
Yeah, the Nexus is. No, the Nexus will be safe, but you know that just means the Nexus in the main and all the tech's going to go down instead.
Yeah, there is no army protecting it. We do have warpins available. Now the warpins go down, but yeah, it's too late for the Nexus.
Against like 3 medevacs, it's just not enough there. You need a bigger chunk of the army, and Darko finally starting to split up units and send them into the main. And what's Al going to do? He's going to try and fight this. He really shouldn't. He's going to step away, and he's going to pick up a few of the units there and get out. But again, he's just look at the main of Darko. There's 3 gateways in it, man. There's nothing else.
Yeah, and only 2 of them powered. He's missing the pylon on the 1. He is building mass gateways, but you know, he's slowly but surely running out of money. His main is mined out, taken out. He does not even have access to the Chronobus from that one Nexus. Mineral patches at his natural have only 20 odd minerals to go. His 3rd is all he's got. It pretty much has not been mined from because it's been taken out so many times. Here comes Owl. He tries to attack once again. The army of Darko is really small. He can actually take him out here.
GMPs everywhere, and here comes the rest of Owl's army. It was looking a little small before, but not any longer as Owl crushes through here, stims forward, and he hates Terran Shipyard so much, guys.